Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? Can everyone hear me okay? Hi, Rain Dancer. Hi, Sandy. Let me scroll up. Hi, Sarai. Can everyone hear me okay? Hi, Donna, AJ, Karen, Miss So-and-so. I like that name. Miss So-and-so. Hi, Brooklyn Doc. Okay, who else we got? Who else we got? Uncut. Hi. Yes, everyone can hear. Okay, so we are going to have a fun time tonight. Hi, Ivy. Hi, Michelle, Twiggy. Just like I promised you guys, we have some guests. Hi, Leaping Lizard. Hi, Claire Bear, Chris. We are going to, hold on, I got to make somebody a mod really quick. Bear with me. I told you guys there was some sweet gals that had some things that they wanted to talk about regarding a certain individual, and we're going to do that tonight. So I want everyone to just kind of sit back and relax, grab a glass of wine, some popcorn, a Red Bull, something, coffee, whatever. We are not going to be, we're going to try as hard as we can to be very respectful and just speak truth. Hi, Menville Gal. Heaven sent. Hi, Aaron. Inner peace. Hi. Okay. So the first person that's going to come on and kind of give you a synopsis of what is going to be talked about will be Space Monster. She's going to come up and speak, and then we will go from there. So everybody, just relax and please be respectful in the chat. I know you will. You guys are awesome. All right. Hi, Mammy Love. So Space Monster.
Hi, everybody. How are you, Bella? So,
I'm good. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm going to mute, and I'm just going to let you do your thing, and we'll go from there.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thanks. Hi, everybody. I've written down something, so excuse me if I sound like I'm a little bit scripted, but we decided that it would be good to have some points that we could go by, and so I'm just going to start this now, and I'm going to welcome you, everybody, and to the three wonderful women that I've had the privilege to be associated with in the past few months. In the past 8 months, all these women have had their voices silenced and their credibility slandered and their validity crushed and shamed. And for what? Because they decided to hold on to their values and just walk away. It is our intention tonight's live stream to give the opportunity for these women to take back their voices and to tell their stories. I would also like to thank Bella for allowing us to use her platform to express themselves. To do this, one has to build up trust and rapport behind the eyes of YouTube. And I have been blessed to have had this time with Bella and the women that you are going to hear tonight. I would also like to point out that it is not our intention to speak disrespectfully of the creator, Mary Marlowe. We would all rather not be here. However, due to Mary's lies and accusations of these women, we felt that it was time for them to speak so that we could put this all behind us and move on. I would also like all of you to hold your questions if you could, guys. Just listen to the girls and let them speak. We'll have time for Q&A afterwards. It's the first time they've been live, so everyone's a little bit nervous and a little bit excited. So just be patient with us all, okay? So on that note, I want you to get your comfy chair, your glass of wine, a cup of tea or turmeric and almond milk. Slide into your jammies and listen to their adventure and join this live. And from here, I'm going to welcome our first person, who is Angel, and she can tell us, Angel Warrior, and she can tell us how her journey began. Angel, would you like to come up?
Yep. Hi, everybody. And I want to thank you all for coming to join us tonight and hear our story. Hold on, I just got a child here. What? What? Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Adios. Okay, sorry about that.
Oh, well, you know.
Okay, so I just want to.
You know how it is. Right.
It's family.
Yeah.
I just want to start off by saying that I was the first one. And like a lot of us, we just started watching all about Chris Watts. We got invested in it. We got passionate about it. It touched many of us. And I reached out to Mary because I was watching all these creators and I was thinking, wow, this is like really amazing. And I had my own theories. I had ideas I wanted to bounce off somebody. Not that I felt like I could solve the crime or anything, just so I could understand it because I wanted closure and like a personal closure. I think all of us were looking for that. And so I reached out to Mary one night. It was on her live, and she was very new, and she didn't know where to look, and she was in a dark room and everything. And I just thought, wow, what's this? This is like a fresh face, and I think most of us can relate with that when we first saw Mary. And I started talking with her on Facebook, and it lasted for one whole day. And then she asked me to start emailing her. So I said, all right. So this was May 18th, May 19th, or April, I should say, sorry, April, late April. And so I started emailing her. And then all of a sudden one day she asked me, how would you like to be a spanner? And I thought, well, that's kind of unusual. Okay, spanner. Okay, I guess she's got that from ED, whatever. So I said, I've never done that before, but I'm game. I'll figure it out. So I looked it up and everything, and I thought I could do this. And before I knew it, we were moderating, me and this other woman. She jumped in, and everything was going great. And slowly but surely, all these women started reaching out and asking to be a part of the group. And I started recruiting people, talking with them, sending them emails. And then before I knew it, I became a manager, just like overnight. So when everybody found out I was a manager, I was finding out too. And I felt honored. I felt privileged. I felt like, wow, she really like trusts me and everything. Like, what's not to trust? But wow, this is amazing. And it was really slow for me at that time in life. So I thought, this is going to take up some time, and I can maybe get a little closer to the case than I've ever been before. And that's really interesting and exciting to me. And we started finding out things that were not sitting well with me and a couple of the other girls, just things that we didn't support. And I used to tell Mary, when we're going through the comments and stuff, it's a bit of a mess in there. You really got to get it straight and right because you're kind of offending some people. They're well educated on the case. We've been talking about it and hearing about it for months and months, almost a year. And she never wanted to take notes. She never wanted to make bullet form type of script or anything. She's like, no, it's better if I just do it all, kind of, free thinking. I'm better that way because this is how I used to do it on the radio. So I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I couldn't do too much. I could only do what I could do. And from there, she would just do what she wanted to do. So she started putting me out there and saying, oh, well, I can't upload any more videos because of my moderator. So now I'm thinking, wait a minute, she's showing me her videos beforehand, but I don't really have a say in what she does. At the end of the day, she's going to do what she does. So I would tell her that's wrong. She would redo it and she would publish it. And I thought, like, okay, that's crazy. We would do a lot of work. She would get strangers' emails and read them without even backing the information up. Then we would go in the comments. It was just a mess all of the time.
Right.
And so I, one day I got wind of Nicole Atkinson finding out that Mary had a GoFundMe account. And Mary contacted us the day of her first hack video. And she said, guys, I don't know what happened. I woke up, I had all these emails from these Thrive girls and these shiners, and they were really upset with me, and I don't know what happened. And then she just blasted this hack video and said it was AD. AD was behind it. He was stealing her material, and he wanted to ruin her. And Tracy and I were really, we were like, you were hacked. So we had a meeting with her that night. I don't know if you know what Zoom is, but it's kind of like a conference meeting, kind of like StreamYard a little bit. So we got together and we were saying, okay, Mary, like, can we see some of these emails? So she sends us some of these emails, which we still have. And it was these people saying, like, really, just, they were really upset. They were just like, stop this, and how dare you do this, and you're trying to make money from a tragedy, that sort of thing.
Right.
And we said, Mary, we're going to look into this. Like, this is wrong on so many levels. We are going to figure this out. And the next day we had an email from Mary saying something to the effect of, I laid in bed thinking about this, and guys, I think it was me. I just forgot I did that. You know, people wanted to send me money and I didn't want to use my PayPal because it has my real name. So I just thought I would make a GoFundMe. I didn't think it was going to offend anybody. But like, listen, I didn't even receive any funds in it. I took it down. I'm so embarrassed, but I'm going to leave that hack video for a forewarning. So anybody who tries to mess around with me, you know, they're going to know.
Right.
And I just thought, oh my God. And
Okay,
at this point, I was feeling like I wanted out.
can I ask you
Stella?
something? Yeah,
Absolutely.
sorry. I'm just here. I'm here. So when it was Nicole Atkinson that found out about this and
Mhm.
put it to a stop, right? Said, I want it taken down.
Yep.
And so when you guys told Mary that you were going to look into it for her because she told you guys she had been hacked. So then she backpedals and the next day and says, well, I think I might have done it. I don't remember doing it, but you know, people wanted to give me money. So she knew what she was doing and she got caught.
Yeah.
And this is what happened.
Yeah.
Obviously, she got caught
Yeah.
and she tried to backpedal. So now she's saving that whole hacking story. You know, it's all premeditated. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was following it. Okay, go ahead.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
Okay.
And and at that point I was already having all of these feelings of like, I just want to get out of here because I'm doing all kinds of work. This woman's like basically just slandering my work. Like, I would send her really beautifully written things, highlighted, bold colors, like make it really easy for her, and she just wouldn't use it. And I would, at the end of every video, at the end of every daily, I always had an email I would send her, and I would tell her what I liked about it and what I thought could be changed or adjusted. Those sorry videos came from. And then that last one that she did where she was crying and she was like, I'm going to stop talking about Chris Watts. Well, I sent her an email like the day before and I told her, like, listen, if you can't get this right, maybe you shouldn't do this. And I said, like, put yourself in the Rusik's shoes. Like, if this was your daughter, would you want someone like you telling the story the way you're telling it? And I said, sincerely, best regards, don't mean to hurt your feelings. I think you're really terrific, but not doing this type of thing. And the next day we all saw that I'm not talking about Chris Watts anymore, and she's crying. And right away I knew that had something to do with me. And then she went quiet for a little while and came out because of the HLN thing. And then after that, she was kind of dropping some hints, something about some internal issue in her group, and it had nothing to do with trolls. And it was just like her story just kept flip flopping. And I knew, you know, when you know someone's talking about you. So I knew she was talking about me, but she wasn't saying my name. So I just let it go. And I didn't even try to contact her. I didn't even see if I was blocked in comments. I just didn't even care. And then when she came out that one video, which she took down, and she called us all by name, like everybody, you know, and Tracy and I were in there and stuff. And I just thought, oh my God, like this is just crazy now. And she's trying to say that she's going to sue us or I don't know, take us to court or something. I have no idea what she's talking about. I didn't give her login out. I didn't do anything with her passwords. I didn't even want to go in there. I had no time to go in there. But she says to me, you know, when you guys delete those comments as moderators, you know where they go? They go in this withheld. And I'm like, okay. And she goes, well, anyways, you know, you got to log in because you got to see my analytics. Holy crap, I'm like growing. You should see the numbers. And then maybe when you're in there, could you please just go in that folder and just kind of like clean it up for me? And I said, okay. And she goes, well, my daughter did, but she's not here. And like, she called it a breathing monster. It was like a breathing monster. When she went to her dashboard, it was looming over her, this number, it was in the hundreds. And and whenever she opened it and she would read these negative comments, it would deflate her. And then she would question herself. And then maybe she would say, I don't want to do this. But another part of her would say, I do want to do this. So she decided, I'm not going to look at the comments at all. So I would always give her feedback on the comments. And I would say, okay, a lot of people love today's video, but Mary, a lot of them are having problems with you, you know, monetizing, you know, asking for, you know, money and stuff. I had to kind of skate around it because it was awkward, you know. And I said, you know, maybe if you take a percentage and donate it to like a lupus foundation or something the Rusick support, I think that would really go over with the people. Wow. But she never ever commented on that. Like, that's a bad idea. That's a good idea. She acted like she didn't read that sentence. And I said it a couple of times. And so I eventually logged in. I have emails all about that too, like to support the fact that it wasn't me saying, hey, give me it, I want to go in. I didn't even want to go in. She was like, I really suggest you try it again because I was having problems. So I eventually went in there and started removing comments, and that was tedious. So for her to say that I had all this time to be leaking, I don't even know what I would get from Google that I could slander her with. There must be something in there that she's worried about, but I didn't see it. And I
Yeah.
even warned her when she said she was hacked. I said, who has your login? I do, but do any of the other girls? Because, you know, I told her, you know, I could go in your Gmail if I wanted to, but I haven't. And she was like, oh, I trust you. I trust you. So
I remember that, honey. I mean, not to interrupt, but people in the chat have also said that. Like, you were like one of her first. You were like, you had her back, and I remember she said she would call you her manager, and she said then when she started dogging on you, she said my main gal hacked me. So it made people think it was you, and then it was the next girl and the next girl and the next girl. You know.
oh yeah, it kept changing. I hacked her. Oh no, and then after she did that video where she said my name and everybody else's, not too long ago, like maybe a month ago or something, uh, I emailed her that exact day that I saw that video, and I said, like, how dare you? I've never gone in your stuff. I don't know why you would say that. I didn't have time. Why would I do that anyways? When I made Team Mary, I named it Team Mary because we had a bunch of girls, didn't know what to call us. So I said, hey, we're Team Mary. That
Yeah.
was me. And I was doing group emails. I had everybody talking together. Some of us were working in tandem because of the research we were doing. It was kind of floating back and forth between people. It was great. It was a really, really good study group. And Mary tried to divide us because I found out she was talking to people like, and it didn't bother me at first. I didn't think anything of it, but then I thought it's really weird. How come she's always Facebooking this one, but she never has once waved to me? She can't call me with her cell phone because I'm in Canada. I can't call her with my cell phone because of the same reason, but I can call her with my landline, which makes me the only one able to call her. And I thought, why not Facebook call me? You could Facebook call me, and then you can talk to me. You can sit there and pretend to do a video and do your whole thing right in front of me in real time, and I can tell you right away, oh, that was really good, or, you know, any kind of feedback or whatever. But she was really sloppy with that, and I just thought she wasn't a Facebooker. But talking to the other girls, they're telling me some of them, that's all they ever did was talk to her on Facebook. Some of them only emailed her. Some of them only telephone called her, text messaged her. And I thought, this is really weird. Why is she dividing all of us?
Right.
And it was just crazy. So at the very end, how I got out, I mean, getting to the very, there's lots to the story, and I'm sure the other girls, as they talk, will fill in some of these pieces. But I ended up telling her that it was Nicole Atkinson came to my attention about all of this, and in conjunction with the GoFundMe and everything, I didn't want to affect victims. And I feel that Nicole Atkinson is just as much a victim as the immediate families. And I said, I did not want to get involved like this. I didn't want to affect anybody. And me being your main, I have to believe and support you 100%. And I don't right now. And for that reason, I must leave. And I told all the girls in a group email that I was leaving for personal reasons. And I copied her to the email. And she was like, thank you so much for being discreet and everything. Because it wasn't my business to tell. I figured they're grown women. They can figure it out. If they wanted to contact me privately and ask me, they could. I just didn't want to be slanderous and rude. And I figured if she's going to dig her grave, she can do that on her own. I'm not going to help her speed it up or anything. And that's
that
exactly what I did. And I was like,
about you. That speaks volumes about you and your character. You know, you never went on and started bashing her. There was actually things that that you have, said, that's not my place to share. Like in the last video that we did a long time ago, like that. So that can tell people that we're not here to slander or, anything like that. They're just here to just tell their stories about what they've experienced with her and, put the truth out there.
Yes, absolutely. And
Sorry.
I don't know. I guess I guess there's all kinds of other things that I could talk about, but I mean, those are like my real main points, is that I just wanted to show my character, who I am, what I stand for, my beliefs, and what I don't condone. And I don't condone any of this behavior that she's doing right now. I mean, it's one thing to cause your own personal drama, but now she's brought in real people. Some of these people have come to me, and told, been physically affected by her, and they've lost things in their life due to her. I'm not exactly sure how, but I can only take them at face value and think there's got to be some truth behind that, because this isn't like, let's all gang up on Mary. Mary did this to us. She backed us up against a wall, and instead of with her, bowing down with our tails between our legs, we're going to use our voices.
Good. Yep.
Because we can, thanks to you and your platform and your lovely crowd that comes to join you all the time. I really appreciate these people. They're amazing. I view your shows.
Yes, and thank you for. No,
I don't always talk because I can't, because I'm doing things, but I'm always listening. I think it's like really fantastic. Just and it's such a nice flow in your channel. Like the conversations go all over the place. There's never a dull moment. I love it.
Well, thank you, Angel. I take pride in the people that come in here because everybody is always so respectful and encouraging and kind. And even a lot of them have had different opinions than each other, but we still respect one another and listen to one another. And I feel blessed that you guys trusted this channel enough to, this my platform to do this on, and I'm glad
feel the same way. We feel the same way about you, Bella. We were just like, oh, is she going to be okay with us coming? And I guess you felt the same way. So we're all on the same page, and this is just fantastic, to be able to, because a lot of people are following this story and they're wondering, like, is there truth to this, and where's the lies and stuff? And we us mods here with Tracy, Bella, we can only tell you what we know, and you can take it for what it's worth and believe what you want, but we have no reason to lie at all.
And Angel Warrior, does somebody asked, I know Space Monster said for people to hold their questions, but did you see the one Count Me In asked, do we know how Nicole Atkinson found out about the GoFundMe?
You know what? I'm not really sure. I have no idea. Mary says that someone must have found out her real name and searched for it high and low, and I don't know what she said, but I have no idea exactly how she found out. Maybe someone else does, but I know that she took a screenshot and she put it on Facebook, and she said, like, stop this woman. Something to that effect.
I saw that. I'm sorry, Nanny Love. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's my first one. I just got an email from YouTube saying that they've accepted me as a partner. I'm like, woohoo! It took only a week for them. So that's awesome. Thank you so much, Nanny Love. Okay. So I feel terrible that you guys, Karen, that's right. It's all about respect. I feel terrible that you guys gave so much to this woman, and and you guys all have kind hearts. I've talked to all of you, and I just feel that for her to use and just discard people that really felt like they mattered, it breaks my heart, she needs to be exposed for that. So that's my opinion.
I agree. I agree. I guess I pretty much said everything that I could say without repeating myself or whatever.
Yeah.
I want to leave some time for everybody else to share their pieces, because some of the girls have gone a little further and deeper with Mary. I was fortunate.
Okay.
I was able to kind of see, like I was seeing things, but I just didn't want to be honest with myself. I guess I was kind of questioning it, and I was going, oh, but I really want to be a part of this group. I don't know, maybe it is okay.
Right.
But I think Nicole Atkinson, she was like the icing on my cake. She was like the get out of jail free card. Like, take it, use me, get out. And that's what I did. I wanted to leave before then. I just didn't know how.
Well, you know, you all wisened up, obviously, but she made it look like she got rid of you guys, you know, or somebody,
I know
somebody
that's
abandoned
the thing
her.
that I don't understand. Yeah, that's the thing I don't understand is why she says that she got rid of us. She didn't. We just left.
Right. And, you know, you were just trying to see the good, you know, and we all do that. Well, many of us do that. We try to see the good in each other, you know. And you can only put up with so much, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and if you feel that you're supporting somebody, thank you, Donna. If you feel like you're supporting somebody who doesn't have the core values and morals that you do, you know, there comes a point we don't want to be linked up with them anymore, because it is true. Like, people look at you by who you hang around with, you know.
My dad used to tell me that when I was a teen,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so true.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So
yeah,
so I guess that's about it. I guess maybe I'll go quiet here, and I'll let the next girl come up, and
Unless
I can't wait to hear because
if you want to stay on and just stay muted,
I am.
maybe,
I'm just gonna.
okay.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna mute my mic, and I'll just hang around here for a little bit. Well, for the whole
Yeah.
show, actually.
Because people might.
I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. And I know people might have questions for each of you, so that's why I say if you just want to, you know, hang around, then.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I
Well,
hope I can come back. We can talk about other stuff.
absolutely. And just be proud of yourself that you spoke up and you didn't keep it to yourself, you know.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Okay, honey.
All right. We'll talk soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
Bye for now. Okay, Jana. Jana, everybody say hi to Jana. Jana's next.
Hi.
Hi, darling.
Can you guys hear me?
I hear you.
Can
Chat.
everybody hear me?
Chat, you guys hear Jana? Okay.
Let me know if you can hear me. I hear you, Bella.
Okay, good.
Oh, good.
Good. I'm going to let you talk, and unless I have a question and it's, you know, there's a pause, I'll ask.
Yeah, go ahead and interrupt me anytime. Okay, everybody. My name is Jana, and I came on the scene with Mary after Angel Warrior. I actually was Mary Marlowe's Facebook group moderator in June and July of this year. And briefly, what happened was I ended up stepping down because I was uncomfortable with what was going on with her and in her group. And she didn't take very kindly to that and started, she painted my name in a bad light. She started bashing me in her Facebook group and in her YouTube videos. But before I tell my story, I first want to say thank you so much, Bella, for having me and the other women on here. I accidentally stumbled upon your channel one day, actually while searching for Mary Marlowe on YouTube, and I found your channel. Yeah.
You came across my video.
I did, because Mary Marlowe's name was in the title of one of your videos.
Yeah.
So anyway, but ever since I stepped down as her moderator, she unfriended me on Facebook. She removed me from her group. She blocked me. She deleted her email account. She turned off the commenting on her videos. And I haven't been able to defend myself from the allegations and the nasty comments that she's made about me until now. So Bella, you are giving me a voice and a platform to use my voice. So I want to say thank you, and that I really appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome. But you guys, please, seriously, anytime anyone needs to say something, like, just my platform's open. Like you guys, it's okay. Nobody has to thank me, but I appreciate it, and I'm glad that you feel comfortable and you want to speak up. I'm glad you guys found that in yourselves to be able to do that. So it's all yours, honey. It's all
Well,
yours.
well, like Angela was saying, we're all about respect, and your channel is very respectful, and you as a person are very respectful. So we all feel very comfortable here.
Oh, good. Thank you.
But anyway, let me get to my story. It's kind of long, and I'll try not to be too long, but just stop me if you need me to.
Take your time.
Okay, so I started watching Mary when she first started YouTube, and I'm not sure if it was March or April, but I actually saw her first video, and I really liked her in the beginning. She was funny, down to earth. She seemed really authentic and vibrant, and she was talking about the Chris Watts case, and I was really interested in that. So I really liked it. And then it came to around June 6th and 7th, Mary suddenly made a couple of videos where she was crying and saying that she was going to quit talking about the case. To me, she didn't seem very clear about her reasons why. In one video, she said it was because of haters and trolls. And then in another, she said it wasn't because of that.
Yes.
But anyway, I was really disappointed that she was going to stop talking about the case. But then she mentioned that she was going to start a Facebook group so that those of us who wanted to continue to talk about it would have a place to do that. And I was really excited because I'm a real big Facebook person, and I run another large group there as an administrator, and I'm really familiar with groups. So I thought, oh, this is exciting. So I offered to moderate there for her. And I will quote her response to my offer. She said, "Hell yeah, let me have a chat. Let me have a chat with you next week. I let an undercover hater blindly into my inner circle when I started my YouTube channel," unquote. And of course, she was referring to Angel Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, she was bashing Angela to me already. And I really didn't know Angela other than I had recognized her name in Mary's YouTube videos. And I was aware Angela did a ton of work for her, and Mary was always thanking her. And then all of a sudden she was just bashing her. So I thought, okay, and I didn't really say anything. But anyway, so Mary created her Facebook group, and I joined it, and a lot of people joined it because she sent out invites to a lot of people. But she didn't get around to making me or anybody a moderator right away. And so members started, it started going bad in there a little bit, and there was bickering starting and going on. And so June 13th, I stepped forward again and I said, "Hey, Mary, I really think I can help you with all of this." So she did make me her moderator, and she crowned me her head mod, like right away. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She graced you with her crown.
Yeah. And then 2 days later, she called me on the phone. So we talked on the phone. But, instead of getting to know me and what I could do to help for her, all she did was bash Angela and talking about how Angela hacked into her computer, got into her personal stuff. And then she told me that Angela was the reason why she stopped doing her Chris Watts videos on YouTube. She said Angela violated her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, oh boy, but I really didn't say anything. And so then we got around to talking about the group, and I knew a group like that, you really have to enforce rules and stuff. So I came up with a bunch of strict rules, and I presented them to Mary, and got her approval that we would enforce these rules, to keep the disrespect out. And Mary agreed to all that. And at the beginning, everything was really great. I put the rules in the group and enforced the rules, but she was not really around. she created the group, but she wasn't there, which was kind of weird.
Right.
But things were going great, and it got to the point where members were asking daily, like, "Where is Mary?" Or "This is Jana's group." But I was happy because I like Facebook and I like doing that work. So anyway, everybody seemed to be happy there, and it was turning into a good group and everything. But then I started noticing a couple things while I was moderating as time went on. One of the things I noticed was that she got pretty confused about what she posted and where she posted and when she posted it. Like,
Yeah, because she
give
does
you
it.
some examples. Yeah. Like, she would make a post thinking that she was posting it to her group. And then later on, she would ask me what people thought about it. But I would say, well, I never saw that post. And it would turn out that she posted it on her own private Facebook page. And then, like, another example is one day she gave me a list of like 5 names she wanted me to kick out of her group because she said they were trolls. And when I went and looked in the members list, I couldn't find these names. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, who are these people? And it took a while, but come to find out they were just her personal Facebook friends. But she was doing things like that more and more. And I know we all make stupid mistakes and post things elsewhere and, send the wrong text message to the wrong person. I mean, we've all done that. But she was doing it pretty frequently. So
Yeah.
I kind of questioned that in my head. There's also one private conversation that I had with her. And somebody was being really disrespectful in her group. And I talked to Mary about unsubbing her from the group. And Mary informed me, well, she's one of my Patreons and she's paying me $20 a month in my Patreon account. So, we should keep her. And I thought that was wrong, but I didn't say anything. She was the administrator and I was only the moderator. So, that was a little concerning with me. And then she got this paranoid like obsession with haters and trolls, and specifically the armchair detective. She suddenly she developed this huge dislike for AD because he published a YouTube video about the second discovery without crediting her. And as soon as I heard that, it was like a light bulb went off in my head, because I thought, I really believe that she probably thought she sent the second discovery to him, when in reality, she mostly likely sent it to the wrong place.
Right.
Like, I knew she had it before him. She had it on June 14th because she mailed it to me also. But to me, it's not any big deal who has it first, because she could have made her own video if she wanted to.
Yeah.
I could have made a video, whatever. None of that matters to me. I just really believe that AD never received it from her, so he wouldn't know to credit her. And I felt it was a big misunderstanding, and I tried to reason with her and get her to talk to him, but she wouldn't hear anything about that. But from then on out, she was privately messaging me and emailing me every day, bashing AD. Like every day, it felt like she was a bit paranoid in her hatred of him. And I could never understand why, because as far as I've always seen, he's been respectful. And he was the one who helped her get started in the first place. And then other people would email Mary Marlowe bashing AD, and she would just take their word for whatever they said. And she would forward those emails to me and say, she would just believe what anybody was saying about him. And, I tried to get her to calm down about it and, not, to let that kind of stuff go. But she she wouldn't have anything to do with it. So I kind of just felt like, well, she just must have a personal issue within herself, to do that. And then there was, well, later on in September, she made a really nasty comment directed at AD in one of his videos. And oh my gosh, I mean, I will quote part of it, but I don't like to use profanities publicly like this, but she says, quote, "You F with the wrong person, you effing prick. My lawyer will be on your ass. You broke into my computer and watched me. Sorry, your partner in crime, or I should say several of them, are going down with you. I will be talking about you and your terrorists for quite some time. What you did is illegal. You effing has been drunk. I effing hate your guts. Get over yourself. You have zero talent. It's all about money for you, you F-er. I'm so coming after you, AD." And that was the message that she left for AD publicly.
Right. Yeah, I remember that one.
She lumped. I got the feeling when she said in there that several of them are going down with you, that she was including me and the other girls, because she actually did lump my name and accused Tracy of hacking into her computer as well. She did that in one of her YouTube videos. So,
okay, let me see. I was going to ask something. So I remember, I know that's a lot of information, you guys, but this is what she's done. And I remember, did you hear at one point that Mary Marlowe and AD could have been working behind the scenes together? Like to cause drama between each other to get views up?
Yes, one day she would tell me she was talking to him and planned to do a live with him. And then the next day she'd be bashing him, and it would go back and forth like that several times. Right. So I never knew what was the truth with her and what wasn't.
And what do you say to people that say, well, she's, if she does have mental issues, you guys are, just making it worse by talking about. I don't think it's mental. I think it's all calculated. I think it's all manipulation, because she's said she can be very good at manipulating when she needs to be. She got herself fired, but blames it on everybody else. There's so many things, that are like, she's not mental. I think she knows damn well what she's doing.
Yeah, and that's actually the next thing that I was going to talk about that I had noticed while I was moderating in her group, was the manipulation from her that I saw. And she openly admitted that to me. And I first noticed that in early July, a gal named Mel joined our group. And some of you might be familiar with her. Mel is a Watts family friend. And
yes, Mel.
Yes. Well, Mel joined our Facebook group. So, and I'm a really open-minded person, because I feel everybody is entitled to their opinion as long as it's respectful. So, it was okay with me that Mel was in the group, as long as everybody was respectful and everything. And it was at first, but then one day Mary made arrangements to call Mel on the phone and talk to her. Well, the next day, Mary messaged me telling me all about how she manipulated and used Mel to obtain information from her. And those were her direct words, that she manipulated and used her. And then she went on a YouTube video and bashed Mel all over that video. And I just feel like, regardless of whether or not anybody supports the Watts or Mel and Kel, that's beside the point. It just made me feel uneasy, the manipulation that I saw. And to do it publicly the way she has, I just don't feel is right. And I'm not here to kick Mary while she's down at all. I haven't had a voice, and I just want to have a voice. And everything I'm saying, it's my opinion, and it's stuff that I can back up. I can back up with screenshots and emails and messages. And like Angela said, I have no reason to lie.
Yeah,
So-
why would you I mean, this many people, why? I mean, what would be the point? And it's kind of odd that she's gone dark kind of right now. I mean, she has her channel back up and everything, but it's like
Yeah, she hasn't really though, and I will get to that in my story later
Okay.
on. So
Okay. I just think it's
yeah.
just her the hate that people don't understand. A lot of people have said, I haven't seen her videos. I don't know, who is she? What happened? And the thing is she has literally called people specific people drug addicts. She's called them said that they took part in murders. She's used
Yes.
people's real names. She sent threatening messages to people. So
Mhm.
it's not that we are attacking her. We are exposing what she's been doing to people.
Yeah, like she says, she's always calling people out. So
Yep.
but I also noticed while I was her moderator that she was not keeping confidences, and that started to bother me because I feel like if somebody tells you something in confidence that it should stay that way. And Mary was constantly sending me messages that she was getting from other people who were asking her to keep it confidential, and she wasn't doing that. And I feel like, well, she's not going to keep anything I would tell her in confidence either. So I began to not trust her. And then one of the big things in our group is she started breaking her own rules. Like we set down these strict rules, mostly all, be respectful towards each other and whatever. And all along, Mary was pretty much absent in her group, but then she would suddenly pop in her group, and she would make a post that was I don't know how you call it. She would post something that she shouldn't in the group. It was either disrespect, it was bashing AD, it was controversial, and she would post it, and then she would just leave and disappear. And then who got to pick up the pieces? Me.
Right.
So then the next day, after she'd receive all these messages from people, all concerned, she would get on and she would apologize, and it would be okay for a day or two. And then the same thing would happen again. She'd get on and she'd be totally disrespectful. She'd disappear. I'd have to take care of the mess, and then she'd apologize. And it was like, I began to notice a pattern. And this is when I first started thinking, I think I'm just going to have to step down as a moderator, because I don't feel like I can enforce all these rules and make a really good group when the administrator of that group wasn't even abiding by her own rules. Right. I just felt like I couldn't do that. So I was waiting, I work long hours, and I was waiting for a good time to talk to her, and I had planned on stepping down. But then this one night, when all hell broke loose in her group, this was July 8th, the night of July 18th and 19th. I actually work a night shift, and I work like all night long. But this particular night, I left work in the middle of my shift, which is like midnight, because I was really tired and I wasn't feeling well, and I just wanted to come home and rest. But I get out to my car, and I have a pretty lengthy commute home, that I always check my messages on my phone before I start driving home. And I get out to my car, and I have like all these messages, like, something's happening in her group. And it was crazy. It like havoc was going on. And one member called it a shit storm, and it really was. So apparently what happened is, earlier that evening while I was at work, Mary made one of her sudden appearances in her group. Mm-hmm. And she made this post, and I will quote this. "If you would like to donate, here is my PayPal account. I have not taken a vacation with my sweet daughter, and I would like to go somewhere fun and relax with my toes in the sand. This is through PayPal, and yes, my real name is exposed. Stalking not allowed, please. So many of you have asked about throwing $1 my way. So it's out there. If you want to help me, go on a plane to a sunny beach with AJ, AJ being her daughter. And then she linked to her PayPal account and her real name showed up. Okay, so she posted that. I was at work, so I was the only moderator, so there was nobody to deal with it. But of course, a lot of people didn't like that post.
Right.
So it started getting a little bit crazy, and she disappeared, and members were trying to get a hold of her and couldn't. But finally, somebody did get a hold of her. So she popped back on a couple hours later. This is still while I'm at work, and she made another post, and this was a couple hours later after the PayPal post. This post, and I will quote, "I am trying to think of some merchandise to sell. I am thinking of that spider ring or coffee mugs or shirts that say something interesting like on the air with Mary Marlowe. And I am a Watt chair on the air with Mary Marlowe. I invited you all, but obviously I don't have it set up. No, I was not hacked. I was an idiot to put PayPal up. I caught shit for that, but whatever, it's down. More trolls are out and we move on. I will be raked to the coals tomorrow with J is for Justice. She's always disliked me, and CK will make her way back into my world. But I have the skin for, she's always disliked me, but I have the skin for it now. Sticks and stones will never hurt me. I am a big girl now. I just needed a bit away from the case, but this new campaign has me fired up," unquote. So that one didn't even really make sense. She was like all over the place with that. And
I'm a big girl now.
yeah,
It just reminds me of.
people were going crazy in the group. Mary must have been hacked,
And
she wasn't making sense, and people were worried. And of course, Mary Marlowe had disappeared again.
and I'm sorry to interrupt, but just real quick, when she says people have been asking where they can give me $1, people know where they can give because she's said it many times. It's posted here, it's posted here, here, you can give me here, So she's just reminding people. It's her manipulation. She's
exactly
reminding people, oh, I want money, so here, I'm reminding you, I'm putting it in your ear.
right. And then she had sent me a private message late that night. It was all full of typos and it didn't make any sense. And Mary Marlowe, when she types a post, when she's all good or whatever you want to call it, she's very well spoken and you rarely see any grammar or typos. So it was like really strange. So members in the group were really going crazy and concerned and stuff. But personally, I believe 100% she was not hacked. But I spent 7 hours checking into it and cleaning up the mess and stuff. And, I was pretty upset that she would post stuff like that and then just leave the group. So I thought, you know what, I can't deal with this anymore. I'm not even going to wait to talk to her about stepping down as a moderator. I'm going to be respectful, but I just have to do it now. I have to do it now. I'm done with this. I can't continue to invest my time in this when she's sabotaging herself. So I made a really nice post in the group and I told everybody I was going to step down and yada, yada. And that was all good until Mary got wind of that, of course. And let's see, I waited till like the next day and I emailed her to let her know how I felt about what she had done in her group and whatever. And then what she did was she got on her group and she basically read my email to the group that I sent to her privately with my feelings about how I felt when she did that. She took my personal feelings and she just splashed it all over her group. So, she bashed me. And then the next day after that, she sent me $100 in PayPal.
Oh.
And she enclosed this note with it. Quote, "This is a small token for your hard work and dedication to my page and the hours lost the other night at work. I just wanted you to know how much all of us appreciate you for what you did. I don't want there to be any bad feelings between us. You put in a lot of time and effort, and I so appreciate that. You are a busy woman, and I don't want you to move away from this experience on a sour note. Love you, girl. Thank you, Mary." Unquote. So she bashes me. She sends me that. And by the way, I did refund it to her right away because personally, I did not do this for any kind of money like that. And I don't want to make money associated with this case, blah, blah, blah. But I sent the money back to her. And then 3 days later, she majorly bashes me in her group again, and she called me, quote, volatile and unprofessional, and, quote, a backstabbing weirdo nut job. And then she went on to say that she did not cause the bomb in her group, but that I did that.
Oh my gosh.
And then she said, quote, "I have been so respectful about her efforts and how she got this off the ground to make it safe and comfortable. But she has broken every one of her rules as far as how she has taken this experience to a whole new level. She is blocked from the group and from any communication with me. So I needed to make this statement because I think it's just plain nuts. You get all kinds, and unfortunately, that one didn't work out." Unquote. And then she goes on to include Angel Warrior in her rant, saying, quote, "So the first woman I brought in was with the YouTube channel that switched on me and got really weird, and now Jana," unquote. And then she says, quote, "Not sure why some women come aboard and want to make me follow how they think things should be done. Nope, not going to happen. And if you want to be part of this medium, you better have the skin for it. In these two cases, it was too much and too overwhelming. This case can make you twitch a bit," unquote. So she was referring again to Angela with me. And then she ended that email or that post in her group with, quote, "Of course, after you trust someone and they turn on you, they have private info they share. I suspect that will happen. So I'm sorry you have to endure someone who isn't who I thought she was. I now move on. We have great mods now that I trust. I don't need crazy on top of the crazy world of Facebook and YouTube," unquote. So that after that, I mean, that was very, very upsetting because first of all, it wasn't true. You know, she was trying to like painted me in a bad light in her group and basically saying everything was my fault.
Yeah.
And it kind of made me feel like she was saying like something was wrong with me, like I couldn't handle it or something. It was very unsettling. But and then like the next day, very next day, she posted another message in her group, and it was very strange. And she talks about this Dan guy, and I'm pretty sure that she's referring to Daniel Bishop. I'm not positive, but his name was mentioned in the thread. So I'm thinking it may be him, but she says, quote, "Who is this Dan guy? He is causing trouble. In fact, he was the one that spread the lies about Jana and how she has been going down a negative path. Come to find out it wasn't Jana, but this Dan guy. But the damage was done in my message yesterday. I swear I need a little angel on my shoulder saying watermelon when I am believing something or saying something that is not accurate. This medium is still so foreign to me. This Dan guy is probably a CK minion or a D," unquote. So here she bashes me again. And then she's saying it wasn't me, but it was this Dan guy. I mean, she's like back and forth, back and forth. And then that same day is when she turned off her comments on her YouTube videos. saying she won't perpetuate the hate any longer. But to my opinion, she was perpetuating the hate.
Yeah.
And then anybody in her group, anybody who backed her, was great. But anybody who spoke up on my behalf was removed and blocked from her group. And I got one really threatening post by a member in her group, and I won't say her name, but it was very threatening. This woman told me that I could go to hell. She called me a con artist. She accused me of stealing money from Mary, giving Mary a bad name, saying that she's been investigating me for a long time, that I scam Mary. I should go rent a trailer because I'm trash, go drive myself off a cliff. And then she says, I'll see you next Tuesday.
Wow.
And then she says, is that even your real name, Jana? And that I was impersonating Mary. And she went on and on. And that woman is still a member of Mary's group. So that kind of, as long as it's bashing me, they're allowed to stay in her group. But in the meantime, she cut off all contact that I haven't had a voice. So, yeah. And then, just to finish up with my news story, she just recently, the other day, she closed down her Facebook group and started a new Facebook group. Well, right before she did that, she lost two more of her Facebook moderators. And here's a quote from Mary about that. Well, lovelies, I have proceeded to lose my two mods. I suspect my private info or something a troll or creator has said scared them off. I need your help. What should I do about this page? The hacking was real, so please make sure you don't allow anyone to abuse your right to be here. I am so tired of awful people, but I have many of you I just love. Thanks for hanging in there. So, I know it's not true. A troll didn't scare them off. I know why they left, and Mary knows why, and I'm just going to leave it at that because I don't want to speak for those other two who left.
Right.
But anyway, after that, she closed down her group like one day, yesterday or the day before. And, while everybody thinks she's missing because she hasn't posted on YouTube, she did just leave this message in her group yesterday or the day before, I believe. Quote, hi, everyone. I am going to try to get everyone from the old group to this one. Since my Facebook was hacked, I think it's safer to be here. I am still locked out of my YouTube channel, but YouTube and I are working to find out how and get me in there so I can seal any back doors. What happened was I was hijacked and got locked out. They also know about the channels that are doing the trolling. So grateful they were able to put it back up and that it wasn't deleted. I will not be silenced and I will not let them win, unquote. So even though she hasn't made a video for several days now, she is still around and she's in this new Facebook group. And it's all very suspicious to me. But all I ever did was I stepped up to help her with her group, and I kept her group good and peaceful. And she was the one who allowed all the negativity in the group.
Yeah.
She was the one always starting the drama. Like I said, she would just make a dramatic post and she would just disappear and I would pick up the pieces. And then that night where everybody thought she was hacked with that crazy PayPal posts and stuff.
Yeah.
And nothing she says about it fits or makes sense. And something else I wanted to say, I don't know if any of you saw her live YouTube video she did when the cop that showed up.
Yes.
To do a well-being check.
Yeah.
I just want to say that many years back, I had a friend call the police to do a well check on me. They were concerned about me. This was many years ago. But when the cops came in, they did not respond to me the way that cop responded to Mary. And first of all, they don't just stand there and take your word for what they say. They would have made her get off her live. They would have checked her computer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm,
Yeah, that's kind of.
yeah, I just know that I had one done on me, and that's not how it went down. So that's all I want to say about that. But
Right.
she continues to bash me. She uses my name. She's called me a petty little bitch. She's accused me of hacking into her computer along with the others. She accuses me of trying to control her. She doesn't have any respect for me or other people and manipulates anyone who gets in her way. She's making really serious allegations towards me, the other ex-mods, really serious allegations. Other YouTube creators. She turns herself on a dime. She's nice one minute, apologetic, and next minute she's out of control. And she accuses anyone and everyone of betraying her. And she slanders me and others, and she does it over and over and over. And then one of her recent videos, she actually apologized to me. So she's just like, she just contradicts herself. And and she disrespects the Rusiks.
Oh, she's their biggest. She's their biggest. You know, do you remember when she said, when she was like, AJ, I got that, and I was wondering if you wanted me to share it. Okay, so do you remember when she was saying, I hear echo for some reason. Anyway, do you remember when she was saying, I don't know why Frank isn't getting a hold of me? Like he's teamed up with Team Phoenix, and they're a bunch of assholes, remember? And they can't be trusted and this and that. And she goes, I've tried to contact him many times. It's like the thing that makes me sick about this is these people are trying to get on the Rudchek's good side, and it's all for themselves. They're not thinking about the case. They're not thinking about the victims. They're thinking about themselves. And that she has proved that by saying, I cannot wait to tell you all, I told you so. That says it all right there.
It does.
Yep.
It really does. She threatens everybody. She threatens to sick her lawyer on people and get YouTube. And she says she's going to sue everybody and she won't tolerate it.
Yeah. So here, somebody shared this with me real quick. I'm going to share it with y'all. It says, okay, this is, make sure there's not, this is, can you see the picture? Can you see that?
No.
Can you guys see the picture? Okay. Well, what it says is, my YouTube channel was not removed by me. That was a hacker, Echo finally went in for the kill. YouTube is aware and is trying to recover it. Thanks for your support. These people need lives. Her channel was only down one day, and it said that she had it disabled.
Right, it did, because I logged in and it did say that. And then it doesn't just suddenly come back within 24 hours.
No.
And she's saying now that she can't do videos, yet she's posting on Facebook. That's something's wrong there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like none of it just makes sense to me.
It doesn't. And I'm just glad. Dana, she's like, I've got something to say.
Yeah, Dana, I'm going to give it to you. I just have one more comment, Dana, then you can talk. I want to end on something positive, and I want to say, despite all the hurt that Mary's caused me and the way that she's made me feel, I have made some really good friends because of it. So I am very grateful for all my new friends, and And Bella, we all love you. And
Aw.
I feel so good to have a voice. So thank you so much.
Anytime, you guys. Stay on, but just mute. Thank you
Oh,
for coming on and sharing your experience, honey. And
you're
I hope it
welcome.
makes you feel better.
You're
Absolutely.
welcome.
Okay,
It's like a weight lifted off my shoulder.
good. That's what we should all be here for, to let people speak their mind, as long as it's respectful. So
Right.
thank you for being respectful. Thank you, everybody,
Okay.
for being respectful.
Thank you. I'm going to mute me now.
Okay, sweetie. Dana is next. So everybody throw up some hearts for Dana. Hello, sweetie.
Hi, guys. Can everybody hear me okay?
I hear you.
Can the audience hear me?
Can everybody put thumbs up if you hear?
First
Oh,
off, it
there
is
she is.
me. You see? This is Dana. It matches
Yep.
the photo. I'm not any other Dana. It's Dana Miller. Okay, I'm supposed
She's
to talk
camming
like that,
up.
right?
Camming up. All right. So they hear you. Sweet.
All right. So, hi, guys. My name's Dana Miller. Yes, this is going to sound, whoa, don't want that. Oh, that's a delay. I'm looking at the chat feed. Okay, and so I'm Dana, and before I share this, I'd like to say, thank you so much, Bella, for allowing me to talk on your channel tonight.
You're welcome. Oh my gosh, you
I'd
guys.
also like to thank, I'd like to thank Space Monster 61 and Angel Warrior for reaching out
Amen.
to me by replying to a comment that I left under one of Bella's videos that she uploaded shortly after Mary's 9/7 live. So I was her moderator. I was Mary Marler's moderator and my ex-moderator. So
Right.
my story is a little bit more of a sensitive one. So you'll have to bear with me. I might get a little sappy or a little sassy.
It's okay.
I entitled this story, There's Something About Mary. Dana Miller. Okay.
I love it.
So to start my story off, I subscribed to both Mary and AD's YouTube channels at the same time. And that was about April 19th, April 20th of this year. And up until that point, I really didn't participate in live chat feeds or leave comments. I basically was only utilizing YouTube at the time to watch documentaries. I started researching about JFK, RFK,
Honey,
our past presidents.
yeah, I'm sorry, real quick. Can you turn your volume up a little bit? I don't know.
Oh,
Let me
sure.
see if mine's turned up all the way. Someone, Hennessy, asked if you could.
Do you hear me now?
I hear you, yeah. Just okay, if it's as loud as it goes, here, just keep going, honey.
If you can't hear me, I'll disconnect my earphones.
Try that and see what happens.
Okay. Yeah, let me do that really quick. Sorry.
All right. All quilted together. Is somebody diagnosing? I haven't seen that. So yeah, you guys, we can't diagnose. That really drives me nuts too when people, I mean, we can say, someone may feel that somebody has a mental illness, but to be able to diagnose anybody, we know that we can't diagnose people. So I don't know who's diagnosing, but yeah, it's kind of muffled, but just try to talk loud because someone said they couldn't hear you very well. So go ahead.
Is it muffled now?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, it was the earphone. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry.
Oh, you sound a lot better. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. So basically I subscribed to both Mary and Edie's channel at the same time, and that was in mid-April of this year. And up until that point, I didn't participate in any live chat feeds or leave comments. I wasn't part of any kind of YouTube community. I basically only utilized YouTube to watch documentaries like about JFK, RFK. I got involved in the whole JFK conspiracy, went down that rabbit hole, and the past presidents, and I did that for like a good year. And then I also enjoyed watching videos about world history, and then I took up painting recently. So, and eventually started watching HLN channel. And that's when I started noticing YouTube creators, from the true crime community popping up in my recommendations list. So in the beginning, I watched AD often because he was doing lives daily. And then, the time that he was coming on is about the same time I get off work every day. And that was a time of day that I had approximately 2 hours time, before my partner would come home. So I'd
Right.
utilize it to wind down and the day, wind down the day and switch gears and spend time with my family, cook, clean, that sort of stuff. I'm like a workhorse during the day, and I have to be like, Susie Homemaker at night in this house. It's crazy. So, but I continue to watch Mary's videos, but she was only doing one live per week. And they would be on the weekend, and I like to socialize on the weekend, so I kept missing them. And as a result, I didn't have the same feeling of being part of a group that I did on AD's channel. That's understandable. So
Yeah.
then I watched Mary's video announcing that she wasn't going to cover the Watts case anymore, and she seemed really distressed and upset. And I'm a very compassionate, loving person, and she said that something had occurred with regard to her research team, and noticed that some of her gals either couldn't find time for it, or they just weren't too much into it anymore. Something along those lines. It's not verbatim. It's just how I'm recalling it.
Yeah.
So when she started her Get Out of Bed series,
Oh yeah.
okay, and I found myself watching her at the same frequency as I was AD at this point, because I was relating to her Get Out of Bed series.
Right.
But I would watch her at night. Ironically,
Mhm.
I was in bed. Funny, I'm watching Get Out of Bed series and I'm actually getting into bed. But that's the time I had. And I found myself completely relating to a lot of things she was talking about. And she was giving some really, really great advice. And I noticed a lot of women were starting to comment more under those videos and communicate with each other in her comment section. And this is when I also started supporting Mary, like on her Patreon. I felt like I could relate to her a little bit. So, and I appreciated that. Found myself like feeling like I cared about her, and I was very complimentary towards her.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I ended up joining her Patreon page at the highest tier. And at the same time, I also joined AD's Patreon page at the same dollar amount as hers. I always tried contributions for, the two creators. I only followed the two of them. That's it. The same, because I
Yeah.
like both of them equally. And since I am a big hearted person with a conscience and I like to be fair, I realized they were both creating content for us to enjoy, and so I felt they both deserved it.
Right.
With AD, I gave them in the form of super chat, sometimes generous amounts.
Mhm.
And with Mary, I would turn around and I would give the same amount into her Patreon account. And so, at the time, I thought there was a real nice balance going on between the two of them. She would never speak badly about any of her mods to me. She never put any other creator down when we exchanged emails. None of that, But then on the flip side, she never encouraged me to speak to any of the other mods. Or I'd say, give her a suggestion like, hey, can I create a little messenger so I have a common area to go? If I have any questions, I'm new. I don't know what I'm doing, She said, no, it's all right, She didn't give milk. I was kind of like lashed out on the side. She would never call me. She wouldn't try to call me, or I'd say, look, let's talk on the phone. She just didn't want to have anything to do with that. So I said, okay, it's just a volunteer mod job, but I'll still do the best job that I can do. Okay. I'm sorry, I got a little off track here. So,
You're fine, honey.
so then during this Get Out of Bed series, she had mentioned at one point that she was a certified life coach during one of her Get Out of Bed series videos. And she casually mentioned that if any of us women were interested in possibly discussing the possibility of doing a session over the phone, that she would think about it and and she gave out her email telling us to email back to us, so on and so forth. And that's when I was on her line. Yeah, that's when I started to reach out to her, and I was corresponding with her a few times a week by email, and she gave me a lot of good advice. And I also shared a lot of deep personal things with her. I don't know why I did that. Thank God she's never repeated it. It's nothing illegal, but it could be embarrassing.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I'm sorry.
So, and the way she's acting, I don't know what she's going to say.
Take a breath. It's okay. Just take a breath. I know you've been really affected by her. I know all of you've been affected by her,
sorry.
but
I told you.
No, you're
a little
fine.
sappy and a little.
It's okay. You've been waiting
told her
for
what was
this
going on.
for a while. You've been waiting. You've been holding it all in, and you've been hurt. And the other girls have too. But now you don't know. She's got all this personal information about you, that you've trusted her with, and you don't. That's a very vulnerable place to be.
Well, that's the thing. I wasn't afraid to show my vulnerabilities with her, and she complimented me on that. She was. I was like, I actually learned something. My whole story isn't all dark.
Yeah.
I'm pointing out the good things we all love about Mary, and here and there, but the girls pretty much said it all. So what do I have to gain?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am a trustworthy person. So anyway, she gave me words of encouragement, and I found myself not feeling so alone. I have a tendency to hold stuff in. And because I don't want to bother my family, because I'm the head of my family, or my food stuff because they're busy
Right.
too. And the time I get with my friends and family, I like to relax, enjoy. It's not false front, but with just certain circles,
Right.
the dynamic circles, and it's almost like if the head of the dynamic falls down, the rest of the circle's affected. It's like a domino effect. So I try to be
Right.
positive. I don't want to be a downer. And
Right.
so I find that people, they end up coming to me if they need a friend to talk to, or, I value friendship and respect it. Friendships aren't a given, they're earned. And that's what I was beginning to feel towards Mary. And that's why I was so transparent and trusting with her, what I was telling her. Basically, I was, just feeling depressed, and that I was electively taking myself off medical supervised pain management.
Yeah.
And I have eight herniated discs in my back, and 5 of them are fused. And I just found I need a complete knee replacement. So I needed to get the knee replaced off the pain meds, because you can't take more and more and more, So my brain is.
Yep, I've been there, honey.
Opioid. Your brain and your body's physically addicted. So I got on the substrips. I opted to go that route, and back on the saddle I go. But then I noticed I was seeing things a lot clearer, and I said, yeah, I'm not feeling, everything just seemed brighter. And so between that and just listening to her words of encouragement, it was enough for me to get, So,
Yeah.
so at this point, it seemed, she started, we were corresponding, and she noticed, she would, hey, I'm here, how you doing? And she noticed my depression was lifting. My sobriety was actually, working, because she was like, oh, you should go to a 12-step program. I said, no, you're misunderstanding me. I'm electively doing this. Obviously, if I have an urge, yeah, okay, but you're misunderstanding me. You probably have not been on medically supervised pain management before. And she just dropped it. She never fought with me. So, I told her all the good news, and she responded how proud she was of me, and that she thought I was a real smart woman, and she really liked the way I wrote. And then I was asked if I wanted to help her moderate for her channel. So I was very touched, just like Angel Warrior was saying. I'm like, wow, all right, I'm heading in the right direction. She knew I wanted something to do,
Right.
And I said, sure. She said, great. Can you do it this weekend? I said, sure. So my first live I moderated for was on the 3rd of August.
That's
And
my
that's the
brother's
first live I
birthday.
ever moderated. I'm sorry.
That's my brother's birthday.
All right, so that so she had her main mod text my regular phone number because I had given Mary my phone number.
Yeah.
Again, I'm a noob to all the social media. I've learned a lot of valuable lessons to protect myself and not be like, oh, here you go. Here's my phone number. Like
Exactly.
I don't use FaceTime. I don't use StreamYard. So this is burst in my YouTube bubble.
Yay.
I'm gonna say cherry.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I after the live, I did the live and moderated, and I reached out the next morning to her head mod because the day before she just said, hey, the directions were just delete anything negative. You see the trolls, that sort of thing, the community guidelines, and I got feeling, and
Uh-oh.
you know,
We're kind of losing you, honey.
are you? No.
Okay, now I hear you. I hear you. Hello? Hello? Is anybody out there? Okay. Are you move closer to your Wi-Fi maybe? It sounds like a robotic kind of, and
I'm gonna go in the other room. I need to go in the
oh,
other room.
that's that sounded weird. I'm gonna go in the other room, but it sounded like a robot. Oh no. No, honey. Why don't you try going? Could you still have that link? Can you go out and come back in? Oh no. Wait. It just sounds like robotic. Okay, now I can't hear. Hello, it's me. Hi, Michelle. Okay, she is going to come back in.
Hi. I'll wait. I'll come in while you're waiting.
Oh, there's Spacey.
Hello.
Hello.
So, so Dana is very emotional about everything right now. So it's hard for her sometimes, I think. But I think she's really brave.
Yeah.
And I really think the room. I've been watching the room and everything, and I think it's really great that everyone's just listening to what the girls have been saying because, the hardest thing for the girls and for anybody that has been associated with any creator like this, when their
I
voice.
think I managed to get back on.
Hang
I
on.
got back on. Sorry, guys.
Right. I'm just going to
Can
say
you hear me?
something and then I'm going to hop out, Dana. Their voice is being taken away from them and being hurt like this it's soul destroying. So these girls just wanted to get out there and get their voice out there and speak. And in some cases, it's going to be on behalf of some of the
What's
people that are.
going on?
Dana?
Yes. So like, what's going on, guys?
I'm going to hop out, Belle.
I could wrap this up really quick. So basically, I just figured,
Okay.
maybe I was being a little overzealous.
No, you're
When I was
fine.
doing that live, the first live, I just after the first live, I reached out to her main mod now, and because the day before her main mod, just touched briefly with me. Mary gave her my phone, my text, my phone number, and I was like,
Right.
okay. I said, hey, how do you think I performed? Could I improve anywhere? Can I get your feedback? And so her main mod didn't get back in touch with me. So then I messengered, Mary saying, hey, and I asked her the same thing. And she just said, well, she felt that I did a good job, but, since I was new, maybe that I was being maybe a little too cautious, that she wanted me to let people, exchange their opinions and, that sort of thing, and give them a
Yeah.
chance to debate. So I agreed, and I said, maybe I was being a little overcautious, maybe possibly deleting more than I should, but nothing out of the ordinary. So just right after that, little bit later that day, she messengered me and says, "Hey, are you a Facebook moderator for AD?" And I said, "Yes." He just asked me the day before. You asked me, he asked me to moderate for his Facebook page the day before she asked me. And I said I didn't think it would be a conflict of interest because it's on a separate platform, and she was doing the get out of bed series thing, so I didn't really, put the two together. She got angry with me and asked me why, she wanted to know why I didn't tell her or, ahead of time. And,
Wow.
said, well, should I
I'm
not
sorry.
do
Was
both?
she your employer? Was she your employer?
Well, maybe she got that idea because I told her, when she said, "No, I said to myself, maybe I got overzealous. I was treating it like a business structure. I'm an
Yeah.
executive assistant, but for 25 years, so my brain goes all into the hierarchy. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
so I was treating it like her business. That
Yeah.
I figured that's the way I should approach it, and creators would appreciate that. Okay, this person gets it. This is my business.
Right.
So that's the way I took it. And so I just said, you know what, with one live under my belt, I said maybe it'd just be better if I didn't moderate for you, because I don't need her subs getting the wrong idea or or anything like that. And she just seemed to be in agreement, and I finished the conversation wishing her well. And we said goodbye, and then she just immediately came back and said, please don't block me. And I said, okay, I won't. And I didn't. 2 days went
Mhm.
by. She messaged me again and said, hello. And I was like, whoa, I have to admit, I was very taken back with her questioning, but about what I would do with my free time on Facebook. But after a day, I kind of said, you could just be a sub, and I just was letting that go. And so anyway, she said that she thought I was somebody else. She thought I had more than one account, or she listened to someone that was
Oh,
making assumptions about me,
yeah.
and she was wrong, and she said I'm wrong, and if I'd like to come back to mod for her again, and since I'm a forgiving person, I'm like, okay, what am I going to be, like a prickly bitch, like I could see the woman's putting a lot of hours in. I'm thinking she's stressed. She's probably getting busier and busier with texts. I was trying to look at it from a business perspective because I run a construction office during the day. So, and so I went ahead and I modded, and then come that Monday, I try to access her private Facebook group, and I realized I'm blocked from it, but I'm still a moderator. So I said to her, hey, did you block me by mistake? Didn't get a response. So I emailed her at both of her email addresses asking if there was something wrong. If I had done something, please, tell me, let's discuss this. I'd like to make it right. And her response was very, just dry. She's like, I'll just have one of my mods look into it. And so I waited 2 days patiently, and now I'm getting bothered now because I know I've donated money to her. I felt
Yeah.
like she was implying that I'm, doing something wrong, and she sensed that about me.
Right.
Because I showed my vulnerabilities, right?
Yeah.
So by the time, so she let me sit the whole almost the whole week, and I got in touch with her now the mod that helps run her new Facebook page, and she's a lovely woman. So I have nothing bad to say about any of the mods. Um, and so she, I was very upset, and I said, what's going on? I didn't do nothing wrong. And she's like, I'll talk to her. And so, Friday morning she goes, can you mod again this week? And I said, sure. Nothing happened that Monday after that live. I'm like, okay, good. This is a good Monday. I would start my week off upset about Mary. And at the end of August, is when I started noticing a change with her and Aideen getting along. Like something was going on behind the scenes, but I just wasn't getting the scuttlebutt. No one was talking. They were zipping their lip because they knew I was a sub of his, and they knew that I supported him. So it was almost like they had to isolate me because they probably knew I would have went nuts.
Yeah.
So then she did the 9/7 live. I called
Oh,
9/7 the nightmare from hell. Okay. That live accusing AD of hacking into her computer,
yeah.
accusing him of being a scam artist, and
Yeah.
lemon lips, loose lips sink the ships, huh? I mean, the man, please.
Watching
No
her
way.
naked. Yeah.
Yeah, she mentioned other creators' names, which I don't need to go through because we all know the channels. And then she, slammed Tracy. Um, she, when she just like flipped a switch after this police officer left. I don't know if she was embarrassed. Who's to say if it really wasn't a call? It could have been. Maybe she was there earlier acting erratic, and they wanted just to do a drive by and check on her, and
Yeah.
it was like just a casual call that you don't have to
Mhm.
fill out all the necessary paperwork. Like, so I don't want to knock out that wasn't true, but maybe she was quite embarrassed about it,
Right.
and so then sometimes with people with her type of behavior and feeling as of entitlement, it's like Queen Mary, a little bit of narcissism going on there for sure. And she knows that I live with a narcissist, so I know all the signs. And I'm not saying she is; it's just my opinion. But then she said my name, and I didn't hear it during the live because that night there was over like 770 people in the chat feed, and I was really focusing on because she wouldn't put it on slow mode, or it was flipping by, and I had a speed read, understand, delete. I wanted to protect her because I knew something was going down, but I certainly didn't expect her to act the way she did. And so she went ahead and said, and Dana even knows how AD is now.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. And but I wasn't trying to take her AD, but you know what? I don't care. More like just like she took me and like threw me like a javelin at him, right? And so this gives the impression that I am backing up all of her accusations about him, and
Right.
I didn't hear it until the Sunday morning because we went late, and I was up at my camper. I have a weekend camper. I like to vacation on the weekends, and I went ahead and upgraded my cell phone plan for this woman to run
Mm.
lives because I was going through all of the family's data in one live, $200-$300 bills, that sort of thing. And so I got smart, me being a noob, not knowing how much data it is. So I was pissed. So next morning I go through it and I'm saying, okay, we caught everything. And then I hear her start escalating. And then I hear her yelling like vicious things, like poisonous tongue darts at people. And really, it's like the mask slipped. I was just embarrassed for her. I was embarrassed to be associated by her. And then she said my name. I'm trying to immediately get in touch with her. And that's when I realized she dropped me as a mod. She blocked me. She silenced me. I haven't heard a word from her, but I
Yeah.
was very upset. And what was happening is I go back to the AD channel, which I'm still a subscriber to. I
Yeah.
just was no longer giving super chat anymore because I was getting harassed by people for giving the man super chat. Weird people showing up on my messenger and then trying to, defame him. And, she did say to me, I've been watching you. I've been watching you give, all that money to him. You shouldn't be giving money to him. You should be spending it on yourself. Buy yourself a new outfit. And
Oh
I,
my
I just
gosh.
responded the same. Yeah, I responded the same way and just said, "Look, he deserved it. I have X amount of money I put aside for entertainment for the month. This particular month, getting sober, I was home.
Right.
To me, it's I shift my budget around.
Good
So I
for
shouldn't have to
you.
explain I shouldn't have to explain to any sub mod creator why I support another channel. And then
No.
she would get paranoid if I gave during a chat session. She got
Ugh.
mad at me. And
Mm.
then she like disables her chat, her super chat. I was doing it to try to show support. See, I had no clue. Moderators aren't supposed to be given super chat during the. It just looks like it's a setup. I get it now. I learned my lesson. Sorry, Mary. Jesus.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed Mary too. And I loved her glasses. And it's unfortunate. And so then I go back to the AD community, and now they can't trust me. I don't blame the people. So he had no
Yeah.
choice. He's got a great admin team. He's got 4 admins. He's got locked down mods. I
Right.
wanted to be a moderator on YouTube, but he put me in Facebook, and he started asking me questions about his Patreon, and he wanted, that's when he did that live with the application I told him to use, and he made a mention before her 9/7 live that I was going to help him run his Patreon page, and I would have.
Yeah.
I feel that why shouldn't I kept it very neutral. I know how to keep the eggs separated. I had 2 separate baskets, and if any of them, he never stepped out of line. He's been nothing but a gentleman. And so at first I was upset, and I talked to Maureen, and she said, look, we just don't want you right now. And it's okay, I understand. And then as the weeks went by, I started settling down. I was like a Red Bull out of a cage, so he didn't want me ramping all up and down the cage trying to prove my innocence. He needed to
Yeah.
focus on his work. That's the way I felt. So I gave it one last time, and I made a public apology in a live chat. I knew I was blocked, but I know the mods can see it and the admins can see it. And I just said, look, this is a public apology. Whatever I've done, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
just want my community back. I just want my community back. And
Right.
that the next day, AD messaged me. He goes, welcome back to your family. He goes, welcome back, darling. You're more than welcome here. So,
Yeah.
So I thought that was really nice.
Yeah, that, everybody has different opinions. Everybody likes different people, and
Yeah.
it's not our place to, to bash somebody just because they like a certain person.
I don't know anything that he was accused of in the past. I don't feed into that. I didn't watch the hate channels.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because he is very entertaining, and Mary, I know she's got it in her. I don't know what's going on, but she needs to get it together. She's got her daughter to think about here. Like if it was my daughter being afraid that somebody's stalking my backyard, I would close that down, man. Somebody was hacking into my computer, and I was really I
Yeah.
would close that down. So, I just hope she just finds some solace with whatever she's struggling with. It's not a competition. There's so many people. There's plenty of subscribers to go around. Stop the nonsense already, so us subs can get back to enjoying true crime. Jesus. That's all I gotta say.
Exactly.
That
Yeah.
was the ticket on the roller coaster. I felt like I couldn't get off. So now I feel so much better. I can move forward. I can forgive her. I can say, you know what? I've said something, because my online reputation was ruined in a community that's not that very large. In my
No,
opinion.
you have a lot of people that support you and that are very glad that you spoke up. And, you have a group of people here that you can come and talk to anytime you need to.
And my mouth is so damn dry.
You're what?
My mouth is so dry.
Oh, it is. Well, get a drink. Get a drink of water. I'm bringing Space Monster's gonna come back on.
Yeah, I am now. That's done, and I appreciate it. You letting me talk.
I appreciate you guys.
Hopefully, and yeah, you have such a positive light and energy about you, Bella.
Oh,
And that's what attracted me to your channel. And then when I saw, oh hell no, and I said, well, I have to check this out. And
that video.
I never posted in an appropriate, like a place. I always posted where it was appropriate. And it's not like I ran rapid like a straker through all the channels.
You've always been respectful. All you guys have been.
And Critical K, I enjoy her, some of her content. I don't know what the past was. I was pleasantly surprised when I heard her Skylar Richardson live. We can touch and go with other creators. I'm not trying to promote on your channel here, but you said it yourself the other night. She's an intelligent woman. She puts in her research. Everybody has a different style. I like that deep critical thinking. When I want to just kick back and relax and have fun with my AD family, that's where I go. That's my choice, and that's how I view YouTube. And I'm making beautiful. So thanks so much for letting me talk.
Thank
I'm
you,
gonna
honey.
mute myself. All right.
Okay. Thank you so
No problem.
much.
No
Good
problem.
night, sweetheart. Okay, Spacey.
Well, wasn't that interesting?
Very. It was good.
I know the other girls are sitting there, but I'm also very aware of your time, Bella. You're not working, are you, tomorrow?
Yes. Yeah,
Oh,
I have to be up at 2:30 a.m. So
isn't that like just in about an hour?
no, it's in 5 hours.
Oh, right. Okay. So
But I still need to go to sleep for the night. I have to go to bed.
that's right, and that's really important. I'm going to bring I'm going out of my avatar now. Bring the screenshot up for you and me if you want to, so
Okay.
we can say goodbye to everybody.
Okay.
Hello,
Let's-
everybody.
Hello, everybody. I I love that.
So,
Hi.
Bella, I really I know the girls will probably get in contact with you again. But thank you very much for allowing the girls to have a voice, and everybody in your chat to be so respectful and listen to what's being said. I think it's been really brave of them, and I know it's been emotional for them. So you've done a great job. Thank you very, very much.
I didn't do anything except provide the channel, the platform. Like, I love it when I would love it if people who have differences could come up and just talk about things, you know? I mean, I would be willing to talk to Mary Marlowe, you know, to just, but she's not the type of person that would listen. You can tell, you know?
You never know. But is Jana here?
I'm here. I'm
Hi.
here. Yes. It's like a whole weight has been taken off our shoulders.
Oh,
That's great.
It feels good. And everybody did so great tonight.
I think everybody did. I know you guys were probably a little bit nervous, but you got your truth out there. Look at everybody camming up. I love it. Everyone's camming up. See, this is their first live, right?
Can I give a shout out?
Oh, yeah, do.
I want to give a shout out to Bella. If you haven't subbed to her channel, please do. She's
Aw,
awesome.
you guys. I'm
Yes.
And everybody, can they click on that thumb? I mean, I know that you're going to do those thumbs up, but click on that little grey thumb down there.
I know.
Can
I'm
I get the thumbs? The
I'm
thumbs?
telling all my group members to come over here because
Oh.
it's so great here.
You're so
Yeah,
sweet. You guys are so
Aw.
sweet. You guys are so
Sassy and
sweet.
sassy. I love it.
I just don't
All
like
right.
Facebook at all, so I stay away. I mean, that's another story I'll tell you guys sometime
Yeah,
about.
I had a feeling there was a story there.
Yeah, it's all to do with the election. It was like not good. So,
Oh boy.
I mean, you talk about doxing and all that stuff. That's why when I was like, oh, you shared it on Facebook? Oh no. Okay, you didn't know, but Facebook, you think YouTube, there's a lot of mean people. There's a lot of mean people on Facebook too.
Yeah, Shady Willow. Bella is fun and interesting and respectful. She's just the best.
Oh, thank you guys.
Well,
Okay,
listen, I'm
Angel
going
Warrior is coming up real quick. She's gonna say
I just fell off. I fell off the stream. I don't know what the heck happened. I just wanted to come back and say goodnight to everybody. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Thank you, Bella. It was fun. I feel great.
Good. Everybody get a good night's sleep tonight. Do you see that? There's a channel called Bella Cares. That's funny. Someone else has it.
and there's a lot of other people too in your room that have got channels, so everyone should be checking everybody out because it's so fun. I have to admit I've been doing some trampoline jumping into some really funny places lately, and there's some great people in the room that I can see here that are doing really good content and funny content and interesting content, but that's what it's all about. We're here to have fun and get entertained, and we don't want to be used by people. We get enough in the real world. It's too much.
Yeah. And
Anyway.
if you guys have a channel and you want to plug it in here, CJ, if you're still here and you want to plug in your channel, I like CJ's channel. And, you know, I think, what's her name? She left. I can't remember. But good night, Nanny. Love you guys. Thank you so much for the super chats. Like I said, I just got monetized, so I haven't even had a chance to go in and do the settings and all that. So I haven't changed anything. Oh, Crown Royal. Piper was taken to the vet yesterday. She's got her meds. She's going to be all good. She had an ear infection and allergies to environmental allergies. But thank you guys so much for everything. You guys are awesome. Everyone who comes in here is just so, no one's ever mean and rude. Like, I love it.
Dana, did you just do that?
What
No,
happened?
Dana.
What happened?
Look, she's just
Look at your chat, Bella.
What?
Dana.
What? I'm not.
She
looking
just
at
gave
it.
me $999.
No, take that back. Take it back, honey. No. No.
Oh, Bella.
Take it back. That's not what I'm here for. Just don't. That's so sweet. I just wanted to be here for you ladies, okay? Don't.
Oh, Bella, that's okay. Listen, everyone's had an emotional night. I want
I
to
know,
thank
I'm tired.
all of you.
I've been these new hours, Dana. You didn't have to do that, honey. Like, well, I'll send you some Thrive. do you want Thrive? Have you wanted to try Thrive?
I'm going to let you go so you can talk to your people. Thanks, guys.
Okay. I love you
guys.
guys.
You're,
Good night.
you're great. Okay, see ya.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to us.
Yes, Jana, thank you.
Thank
Angel.
you, Bella. Thank you, Tracy, Angela, and Dana.
Yes. Okay, you guys heard me. I'm sending Dana some Thrive, so we'll talk. Bye, Jana.
Good night.
Thank you for sharing. Bye, Angel. Oh, you guys. Good night.
Bye, Bella. Have a good weekend.
You too, sweetheart. Okay. Good night, honey. You guys, these women are amazing. Like, I want to take that money. Yeah, I've never asked for a penny because that's not what I'm here for. But good night, Connie. Good night, Lee. Mammy love. I want to take some of that money and do something, you know, I want to, what? I don't know who's messaging me at this time. Good night, you guys. Good night, Annie. Good night, Shady. Good night, Uncut. Good night, Graceful Dragon. And Miss So-and-so. I like that name. I want to do something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But God bless you all. God bless America. Have a great night, you guys. And I'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Love you all. Good night.